Start. We wanted to create an ecosystem that would unite artificial intelligence and finance to make asset management simple, scalable, and secure. That's how Aurum was born. The starting point was EXAI Bot, the first AI-powered trading solution, an algorithm that laid the foundation for an entire era. From that moment, we began expanding at the speed of light. We've built and are implementing a vision that includes trading AI bots, exchanges, neobank, crypto cards, and real-world asset tokenization, official registration in Hong Kong, and the first features in global media. The creation of Aurum Neobank, the launch of Zeus AI Bot, and the flash loan license surpassing $1 million in profits. The opening of our headquarters in Dubai, where hundreds of industry leaders gathered. The world started to talk about us. We were featured by Binance, Benzinga, Crypto Reporter, and Blockchain Wire. Forbes called us the new infrastructure of global finance. But this is no time to pause. We're gaining momentum. We launched Aurum Academy, strengthen our team, and appoint Brian Benson, a professional with 27 years of experience, as our CEO. Global events in Vietnam, Dubai, and Antalya. Thousands of cards sold, and the launch of the AI agent ecosystem. Today, we stand on the stage of Token 2049 Singapore, alongside the leaders of Binance, Tether, KuCoin, and Tron. And this moment once again proves Aurum is a global ecosystem of worldwide scale. But the most important part, this is only the beginning. The next decade will be one of expansion. In 2025 to 2026, we bring Aurum Neobank to the mass market. Hundreds of thousands of users, millions of transactions. The launch of Aurum Exchange, which reaches $5 billion in trading volume within its first year. AI bots manage over $100 million in assets. The first 5,000 cash-in and withdrawal terminals appear. Aurum establishes its presence in 10 countries and secures its position in the global market. In 2027 to 2028, we raise the bar. Neobank reaches 2 million users and 1.5 million cards. During this period, Aurum Dex, a next-generation decentralized exchange, launches. Personalized AI-based services emerge. Credit scoring and capital management. The first RWA deals worth $500 million are integrated. The terminal network expands to 20,000 points across 20 countries. By 2029, Neobank evolves into a super app. Flight bookings, taxis, car rentals, food delivery, while transactions exceed $20 billion. Aurum Dex cements its position within the ecosystem with $5 billion in trading volume, becoming a key element of Aurum's DeFi direction. AI agents operate for hundreds of thousands of businesses, and RWA grows to $5 billion. Aurum becomes an ecosystem that accompanies users every day. In 2030 to 2033, we reach global scale. Neobank's user base hits 12 million and over 10 million cards. Inside the super app, 15 to 20 integrated services and partnerships with 500 global brands. Aurum Exchange reaches $90 billion in trading volume and enters the top 10 global crypto exchanges. The terminal network expands to 100,000 plus locations across 50 plus countries. The annual Aurum Global Summit gathers 5,000 leaders. By 2033 to 2035, Aurum Neobank enters the top 5 global neobanks with a valuation of $10 billion plus. Aurum Exchange remains in the top 10, while Aurum Dex surpasses $20 billion in trading volume. AI manages over $5 billion in assets, and RWA exceeds $20 billion. We are present in 75 countries, with 1,000 global partners and over 100,000 terminals. The Aurum Global Summit brings together 10,000 industry leaders. Aurum becomes the symbol of a new financial era, a system that made finance accessible to everyone, a story that has already transformed the industry, and a future that already belongs to us.
Boom, boom. How are you all doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending what time and jurisdiction you're in. I think my Indian community, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 1:30 a.m. Very late on the go tonight, guys. Thank you and welcome to the call. We've got 46, 36, 14 on. That's our first guest. And then we've Abu, we've Alpha D always here. Annalise is here, as is Armando. And we've got Bitcoin Grandpa on. Welcome, Bitcoin Grandpa. This is the father and grandfather. This is the grandfather of Bitcoin. This is Satoshi's father. Welcome to the call. Thank you for joining us. Chris is on the call. He's always on the call. Coach K's on the call. Colin's on the call. David's on the call. Colin's on the call. David, another David. David Cliff's on the call. Derek's on the call. Felix, Gabriel, Hema's on the call. Ebox on the call as always, and it's in the number. That's singular tonight. It usually says it's in the numbers. Welcome to the call. Jackie's on the call. Jason's on the call. Justine's on the call. No, sorry, that's wrong. Justine is on the call. Gina's on the call. John is on the call. Another John is on the call. John Bone is on the call without an H. We've got, my goodness, these are flying in. There's people joining now. Too late, guys. You're late. Joanna's on the call. Joseph's on the call. Julius is on. Lots of J's. I think that was the same last night. Lots and lots of J's. And it's what happens is as I read these out, more join in and the thing jumps up on me and now I don't know where I am. So 178 on the call, 179 on the call. Well done to you guys. Let's keep moving. Do over 200. Kevin's on the call. Ken's on the call. Lee's on the call. Lily Beth's on the call. Lindsay's on the call. Lolo's on the call. Milafaya Jock's on the call. Marvin's on the call. Mella's on the call. Boom, 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 boom. Monday's on the call. Wow, Monday, welcome to the call. We've got Monaka's on the call. Morris is on the call. Andy Luke's is on the call. Lots. Peter's on the call. Pavel's on the call. Paul's on the call. Randy's on the call. Robert's on the call. Oh, let's go way down to the bottom. Ooh. Zenny's on the call. Zeph's on the call. And Zoom user is here again. Well done, Zoom user. I didn't see iPhone. Let's go up and see his iPhone here. iPhone's not on the call tonight. Wow, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, you're here. iPhone's here. How are you? Yeah, we don't get Samsung and we don't get Nokia. We get iPhone all the time. Yeah, I bet you somebody will join tomorrow's Android. Hey, Android's in their house. Very good, very good. Thank you all for joining us. Let's get our presentation started. I want to reach out and make a warm welcome to all of you that are guests for the very first time, or maybe your second time. Thank you for joining us. You're very, very, very welcome to take a look at this overview of the Aurum presentation. Let's get started. Have to clear the throat.
Recording in progress.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a look tonight at the Aurum Foundation. I don't work for this company. I'm not paid to present this information. It's just my own due diligence, my own thoughts and opinions, what I've correlated about this particular company. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any advice.
February
in that respect.
2000.
Now, that's put a.
Recording stopped.
23.
We don't want to listen to that again. Sure we don't. Great video, by the way. Great video. Giving us a 10-year rollout of the company. So let's go again.
Recording in progress.
Well, welcome to tonight's call. We're here to take a good look at the Aurum Foundation. My job is simply an educator, just to share my own thoughts, my own opinions. Please don't take this as financial advice. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm only here as an educator. I've taken a look at this and just to give you my own thoughts and opinions. What's important to me is who's behind this, who's operating, who the CEO is, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that Mr. Brian Benson is the CEO of Aurum. Originally from United States and worked in Morgan Stanley Bank, where he was a trader over there. And then he moved into Web3. Web3 is blockchain. He moved over there, started developing apps and technology. He was an ambassador for Algorand, the blockchain. And then he was hired by Binance. But what a job did he do there? Brian's job was to open up all of Central and Southern America. He opened up everywhere from Mexico to Brazil at the bottom and everything in between. Those companies were opened in his name, and once he established those markets, Binance overwrapped his business and it became Binance Latam. Brian, of course, was the managing director in Binance, and the volume that this man brought to Binance was 20% of the entire global revenue. Now, Binance is one of those companies that I suppose it came from nowhere. It's described as a unicorn. It actually was faster than Facebook, faster than Microsoft, faster than Apple, faster than Tesla to $1 billion. And Brian was a big, big part of that. So what does that tell us? It tells us at least we have somebody with experience. At least we have somebody with connections that's steering the ship, that's captaining the Aurum ship. And I think I don't think there's anybody better actually to bring forward the Aurum platform. I did a quick Google search on him. I typed in his name there, Bryan, if you were going to do that. I just put the name Binance, if you can see there just behind his name, just in case there was lots of different Brian Bensons. But this is the Brian Benson. You can see images here when he was much younger. You can see up-to-date photographs. In fact, this photograph here on the left-hand side, that's one used there in the presentation. We can see him here on Google coming up again. This image is popping up a few times. And this was used for Forbes. Now, Forbes is a very reputable media company. I would say that anyway, because Forbes do a lot of interviewing CEOs. They create the rich list, who are the richest people in North America, who are the top 100 richest people in Asia. And Forbes need to do a lot of data pulling, a lot of gathering information before they create these lists. And they've got to report properly. So I was pleasantly surprised to read that Forbes had said Aurum is providing institutional grade trading. Now, institutional grade trading is what the banks use. It's what the big finance houses like BlackRock would use. It's not what I would call trading from the Wild West, somebody at home trying to trade. No, this is different governance, different risk management, and I was very pleased to see that. I then just learned that Forbes have nominated Mr. Brian Benson, the CEO of Aurum, to be on the Forbes Finance Council. Now, that is some accolade to be handpicked by Forbes to represent their Finance Council when they talk about topics such as blockchain, Web3, AI, etc. But it doesn't surprise me, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. The next thing that sat well with me was the fact that the issuing bank of these Visa cards have obviously done their due diligence on this company. They would obviously know who Brian Benson is. They've maybe checked out the directors and owners. They've probably looked at licensing, maybe even asked for last year's account. I don't know what would be required, but certainly I know that Visa would not allow Aurum to co-brand unless they'd done their due diligence and unless they were happy to partner up with this arrangement. So that's another tick for the box here with Aurum. But as I said, Brian now is seen to travel the world. He was at the Ethereum conference in Argentina this year. He also spoke at Token 2049. This is the largest blockchain summit on the planet. This happened back in early October, the same time the Formula One was on. 25,000 people showed up. The tickets were $999 US. Let's call it $1,000. And 25,000 people showed up to see the likes of this man. And of course, Brian Benson was there campaigning and putting the word out for Aurum. He's out there building the brand, looking for partnerships, creating liquidity partners for his exchange, because Brian's now building the Aurum exchange. And if that goes well, that could be very, very exciting for those that participate. We know what he did back at Binance, so if he can do that again, some people are in for a very good ride here. Now, Richard Teng, a friend of Brian's, was also speaking at this event. Richard and Brian worked together at Binance. Richard actually got the job of CEO inside Binance. And I suppose many of you would be glad to hear that, because if Brian had got the CEO role at Binance, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation today. So lots of people are quite pleased that now Brian is the CEO of the Aurum platform. Just recently as well, at the very end in December 2025, Brian was also speaking at the blockchain summits around the UAE. They had a big finance week there, and Brian was on stage on different events in that region. He was interviewed by Wendy O, a very, I suppose, well-received social media influencer. A great interview there if you want to have a listen to that. And then if you look at this image on your screen, you'll see that Brian Benson, the CEO of Aurum, was sitting on a panel alongside, these are industry experts. We're talking about the co-founder of Sandbox, if you've heard of Sandbox, the co-founder of 1inch, sitting on a panel alongside the CEO of Aurum. And that just tells you, the accolade just tells you the knowledge and the respect that they have for this gentleman to put him on stage here to talk about Aurum. Now, moving away from the company, let's take a quick look at their products and the ecosystem. They're developing this point of sale terminal. The idea of this is to support shops in a very different way than they've presently been supported. We know most shops have one of these point of sale terminals. However, this one's a little bit different. This one accepts cryptocurrency payments. This one we can settle the accounts much faster than the traditional banking rails. If you went to have a coffee in a shop, presented your Visa card, yes, you paid for your coffee, but the shopkeeper has not been paid at this stage. That goes to Visa or MasterCard. And depending on the products, it could take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 4 weeks before that shopkeeper even gets those funds. And when they do get those funds, they don't receive the full $5. There's obviously fees. What this machine does is it allows shops to invite customers into their store, because they could put up a sign, for instance, we accept cryptocurrency payments. And that would draw in an additional batch of customers that normally may have not gone to that shop, given that they would have the ability to use their crypto wallets to buy their coffees or whatever shop that's using this machine. So not only that will they get new business, secondly, we can reduce the fees. And thirdly, we can speed up the payments so they have better cash flow. Great opportunity for shopkeepers. For the community that put this into the shops, for instance, if you were one of the business partners that actually offered this to a shop, they're designing at the moment micropayments, meaning that if it was you that got this into the store, you'd be receiving micropayments every time this device was used. So great opportunity for the affiliates as well. They're also developing an ATM machine. This is going to be two-way ATMs, meaning you can put cash into the machine like a vending machine, and it will produce cryptocurrency to your digital wallet. But alternatively, you can also generate a QR code from your digital wallet, present it to the ATM machine, and take out cash. Whether that's depends where these machines are actually located. The ATM machines are further down the line, but what's really ready to go now in January 26 will be the point of sale terminals will be ready for production. They have the prototypes there. They're working on the final pieces of software, and they will be able to demonstrate this in January 2026. After that, it'll probably go into production and roll out. That's just a couple of their products. They've also got an exchange. This is a very difficult thing to accomplish. If you ask yourself now, could you name me 10 cryptocurrency exchanges? There's a question. Could you name me 10 cryptocurrency exchanges? You'd probably say, well, yes, Binance and Coinbase and Kraken and OKX and KuCoin and MEXC and Bit something, Bit, I don't know, there's some BitGets or Bit thises or Bit that's, Crypto.com. I'm struggling at 8, but you know what I'm saying? So that lets you know that this is not something easily accomplished. You need liquidity. If somebody showed up here tomorrow with a Bitcoin, there needs to be $90,000 immediate liquidity to exchange that. So the liquidity is already in place. And it's only somebody like Brian Benson that could put this type of thing together based on his connections, based on his experience. You'll be able to swap your coins over here. You'll be able to trade there if you're interested in that. I have no interest in trading. But there is another product on this exchange, and this is their liquidity product. This is fabulous, I think. This allows you to stake your coins to benefit to the tune of 17 to 20% a year. These are annual yields, 17 to 20% a year. Now, this certainly beats the banks. They're not likely to produce 17 to 20% a year. It beats real estate. Typically, real estate will produce 5 to 10% a year. It beats gold. You'll hardly do 10% a year in gold. But here, to park your little bit of Bitcoin and to generate like 18% a year, much better than property. And liquid. What does that mean, liquid? It means if you need it out, you can take it out immediately. There's no lock-in on time. And you get your rewards on a daily basis. You don't wait to the end of the month to get paid. You get paid fractionally daily based on the staking rewards. So there's a great product there, and that's already up and running. Here's a customer here deposited 1,000 USDT. You can see it's already 1,008 0.94 USDT. So this customer is receiving little bits of dollars every single day added to his balance, based on its staking here. The same customer put in zero point 0.1 Bitcoin to test this, and you can see now it's 0.10018. It's fractionally every day. This customer is getting or receiving Bitcoin payments every day to their wallet. And many people have coins sitting on their wallets doing nothing. The market's going up and down, but their coins are sitting stagnant. Here's an opportunity. Many exchanges do this, but to offer 17 to 20% a year, this is a fabulous product. Let's now listen to Brian Benson himself. You've heard enough from me, but Brian Benson has had immense experience with Binance. He's been there, done it. He's created thousands of millionaires over there. He's got a passion and a goal to achieve 1,000 millionaires here at Aurum. Let's have a listen to him.
We're on a mission to create 1,000 millionaires that don't have $1 million today. So if we can come up with a system whereby there's, hundreds of thousands of people in there, but 1,000 of these people turn into millionaires, then those assets are inside of our platform. That turns us into a unicorn right away. And so that's really the goal that I have as an executive at the company, is how do we get people that don't have $1 million today to get them to $1 million through saving, through yield-bearing assets, through compounding interest, through a lot of these things that have been around for a long time, but that not everyone in the world uses. And these are tools that are super important to get us there. So that's how we're measuring it internally, is if we can get to the point where we have 1,000 people that have become millionaires through our system and through working with our products, then that gets us really close to the unicorn valuation. And we want to be a fintech unicorn. I think Binance was the fastest fintech unicorn ever in the history. Yeah. I think it took less than 6 months. We used to have a slide about that in our pitch deck. So I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I've been involved in one of the fastest growing fintech unicorns in the world. And I think what we have at Aurum is actually very similar to when I started at Binance.
So you can actually hear it in his voice and that twinkle in his eyes as he smiles there, saying, he feels it, that what he had in Binance back in those days, he feels that energy here, and he wants to create 1,000 millionaires. Over at Binance, remember, Brian was only the managing director. Here, he's the CEO, and he would love to be. I suppose when we always want to be remembered for something. What did we do? If this was the man that created 1,000 millionaires, well, what a title that would be, and that is his mission. To get involved in the platform is not free, by the way. There's a $20 annual subscription, just like your gymnasium subscription. If you pay to go into the gym, you can use all of their equipment. You can use their weightlifting. You can use their running machines, their rowing machines. You can use their sauna, the steam room. Same here. For $20, you can use the products. There are quite a few products, and we've mentioned a few of them, but this would be a favorite of many people. This is the EXAI bot. It's been around since 2023. It was reserved only for what we call accredited investors, the high net worth individuals, the venture capitalists, VCs. I believe Brian Benson closed a $12 million deal. And that's according to Forbes had written this. He closed a $12 million deal when initial venture capitalists tested this bot out, when they came to test this bot out. So I've no doubt they're very, very pleased with the results to date. In September 2024, they opened the doors to a pre-launch to the exchange launching. And the idea was, if they opened it up in an affiliate style program, it will allow many, many users from around the world. It would enable a lot of token holders, wallet holders, which would be very, very important for the success of the exchange. So only in September 24 did they decide to open the doors to this particular product. I heard about it in April 25 as a matter of interest. Now, by November 25, this bot on itself was trading around $56 million. It's much more than that today. And this is one of 7 products they have. They have 7 of these AI agent bots. And this is only one I'm telling you about. How it works is very simple. You'll be able to download a banking application from Google and from Apple Pay, Apple Store. And when you download the Aurum Neo Bank, that's your banking application. You'll have different wallets in there. I think they give you about 8 different wallets. A Bitcoin wallet. You'll have your own Ethereum wallet in there, your USDT. You'll have an Aurum token. You'll have a Polygon wallet, BNB. 8 different wallets you'll have, and you can fund those wallets, your own wallets. And depending on what you deposit to your own account, you will achieve a certain reward based on that deposit. So let's say, for instance, you tried $140. Well, $140 falls into this first threshold here, the basic threshold. Those customers would enjoy approximately 10% a month. This is not fixed. Trading moves, as you know, but while its past performance is not indicative of any future results, the company have seen over its 2 years trading history that the averages is about 10% for accounts of this size. For those customers that can manage more than that, let's say you're able to do $300 or $470 or $901. There is no fixed package. It's what you deposit, but you can see that will fall into the second category and get benefits for about 11% a month. For those of you that can do between 1 and 2,500, those customers will get 12%, etc., etc. You can see, obviously, the higher the deposit to your own account, the better the reward that you can achieve. And now the average across the whole fund is about 17.5%. Bear in mind, you don't get that. What you get is determined by your deposit. But the good thing to know is that the company's always making money. That's important. We need a company that's going to be around. We need a strong company. So for those customers that are getting 10%, you can see quite clearly that the company's getting that difference. They're getting what you call the spread. Okay, so the company would get 7% on the accounts that are getting 10%. For those of you that enjoy 11% a month, then the company makes 6% on those accounts. For those of you that get 12, the company makes 5, etc. So you can actually see the majority of customers will probably be in the $100 category up to maybe, I'm just guessing, 4,999. I would imagine the bulk of the customers will be in this lower thresholds, and therefore this is where the company makes its most money. The higher net worth customers that can do the bigger amounts, well, they do get a bigger percentage, but they are less a burden on customer support. They're accredited investors, and they do get a better reward. But here's the good news. You can actually trade your way up to a higher category. You can actually trade up over time, or you can top up. It's another way to jump from one category to another. Let's suggest you $200 to try this. And next month you manage to find another $50. You could actually top up the account and jump in to a higher category and get 11%. That's what I mean by a top up. In terms of withdrawals, you can withdraw your profits every single day. I've been speaking to several customers, and that's what they've been doing. They withdraw profits every day. This is for those of you that need cash flow. You know, if you have bills to pay and you need the money coming every week and every day, you can withdraw profit every day. The principal on this account can also be withdrawn, but only on the first day of each month, on the 10th day of each month, and on the 20th day. So there are only 3 days of the month that the principal portion can also be taken from the platform. Now, this particular bot, even though there are 7, this particular one has been designed as a 12-month plan. But of course, if you need to take it early, that's fine. If there's an emergency, we understand that. It is subject to an early retirement fee, but that's kind of negligible after 2 or 3 months. You'll have made enough profit to cover that anyway. So a very, very nice product. I can show you 2 customer accounts. This is one with a small deposit of $500. It was created on the 17th of April. You'll see that on the left-hand side. It was created 17th of April. If you now cast your eyes to the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you'll notice we're looking here at the 17th of September. Now, this provides for us a 5-month trading period from 17 April to 17 September is exactly 5 months, and this account has achieved $382 in profits. Okay, it was started with 500. It's now sitting at 882 at this point, and that represents a very handsome 76%. You take the profit, which is 382, you put it over the 500 deposit, you divide the bottom number into the top number, and it works out at 76%. This beats the bank. This beats real estate, and this beats gold. It's incredible. 76%. Ain't seen anything like it. And let's move on and show you a larger account. There are customers out there that prefer a larger type account. The account we're now looking at was started on the 10th of April. You can see that on the left-hand side. The account number ends in the numbers 1972. And if we now go to the right-hand bottom corner, we're taking a timestamp here on the 16th of May. So commenced 10th of April. So 10th of April to 10th of May is 1 month. 10th of April, 10th of May is 1 month. And then from the 10th of May to the 16th of May is 6 more days. So this is for 1 month and 6 days. That's what we're looking at. Allow me to round it up to 5 weeks. It's not 5 weeks, but let's say it's 5 weeks. In this period, this account ending in 1972 has jumped from $10,000 all the way up to $12,360. This customer has achieved 23% in 5 weeks. Really, really sensational. After 10 weeks, this is the same account on the 24th of June, the same account ending in 1972 had made its way further onto $15,500. After 3 months, it was sitting at $17,500. And after 4 months, this customer had the luxury of doubling the account. The 10,000 is now sitting at slightly over 20,000. We can see that. Now, please don't ever go out and say, we saw an account that the customer made 20,000 in 4 months. That is not correct. The customer deposited 10,000, so he only made 10,000, not 20,000. 20,000 is in the account, granted, but the profitability was only 10,000 off that 20. So very, very important to get your numbers right and your facts right. However, that was back on the 10th of August, as we can see. So it's quite interesting because we were able to catch up with this customer again 4 months later. So August, September, October, November, and in December 25, we were able to have another look at the account. And here it is again. It's account ending in 1972. It was on the 10th of April. I think you can see that. And look at the account balance now, 39,000. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this was the 10th of December 2025. So the account opened the 10th of April. 8 months later is the 10th of December. In 8 months, this account has done 4 times. The 10,000 is now almost $40,000. In fact, if you look at the account above it, you see the account ending in 08F, the one that commenced on the 17th of April. That's actually the little account we showed you earlier, where the $500 went to $882. Have a look at it today. It's sitting at $1,200 in quite a short period. And of course, we now can see that this customer has got more confidence. In September, they've obviously put in, it looks like $25,000 there. And in October, they've put in another 43,000. So the big boys are playing here too, as the little customer. There appears to be something here for everyone. With that said, that's not financial advice. I'm only showing you illustrations of live customer data, of real customer data. And in some way that might help you come to some kind of decision, whether you would like to examine this further or go seek that professional or financial advice before you do any program such as this. Now, what we looked at was the EXI bot. That's the number one product. It's the longest standing, and it's the most popular, and it's the most profitable. They do have other bots which are not just quite as popular, but I think over time they will. I asked questions about this particular one. They have one here called the Pro bot and another one called the Zeus. And in fact, there are 6 bots trading here. You'll find these either on the Telegram decentralized communication platform, but you'll also find these on the App Store. Google and Apple Pay will have that as well. And there are 6 bots over there. They do not just quite as well as the EXI, but nonetheless, there's specific reasons why you might try some of these. In fact, there's no lock-in on deposits here. You can take profit and principal any day you like, not on the 3 days like we looked at the EXI bot. There are other advantages as well. They trade Bitcoin only with the dollar as a pair. There's another one that trades BNB, that's the Binance token. It trades it against the dollar. There's another one that trades Ethereum. So these are specific bots designed a little bit different for, let's call it a balanced portfolio, if that's what you were looking for. But again, maybe attend one of the training events or get back to the person that shared this with you. They might be able to fill you in on those details. But I think for an overview, understanding one bot is enough. And maybe if you tried that for 2 or 3 weeks, then maybe you'd like to engage and try some of the other products. And that brings me to the end of the presentation, bar talking about this fantastic card. This is the Aurum Infinity card I'm going to talk about. They will have 4 different versions, but this one we're talking about requires no KYC. Now, KYC means know your client or know your customer, but in this case, your name is not required. You don't need to provide a copy of your passport, your driver's license, or a bank statement. That's not required for this. Is You'll get this on the banking app, and you can also get this on Telegram, which is decentralized communication channel. You can put up to 100,000 a month. Whoever needs that balance, I don't know, but up to 100,000 a month. If you need more than 100,000 on a card, then you are required to provide your KYC documentation and anti-money laundering documentation. This does already work on Apple and Google Pay. You can see the symbols there on the bottom right. The loading fee here is 2.2%, which is not bad. You don't need to go and find an exchange. It can be done here. You simply stop the bot from trading, you press top up and send it straight onto your card. So it's quite good. You can also import your crypto from anywhere. Let's say you have a little bit of USDT sitting on, I don't know, on Coinbase or on Binance or on Trust Wallet or MetaMask. You can import that to your own banking app and just send it straight onto your card. So you have the flexibility of spending crypto anywhere in what we call a predominantly fiat-based world right now. So a really, really good product. There are going to be 4 versions. 2 versions will require KYC and 2 will not require it. And that gives customers choices. You have a choice whether you want to go KYC or a choice not to, depending on your jurisdiction, depending on the law applicable to your country or jurisdiction as well. In addition to that, we talked earlier about the exchange. The exchange I showed you is a centralized exchange, and that's fine. You will be required to do KYC there when you do withdrawals more than $2,000 a day. But they will, in the future, create a decentralized exchange. And that's something, again, to look forward to. So they appear to be a company that's offering, I suppose, choices. That's really what I'd like to say. Some of the cards are going to start as low as $33, one-time fee, no monthly fees. There's going to be a $66 card, a $99 card, and of course, the big guy there, the Aurum Infinity card, is a $249 card, but it's the one with the biggest limit. It's the one with the lowest fee. So there's just depending on your own circumstances, I'm sure there's something there to suit everyone. So what I'd like to finish with today is just a demonstration to show you the card working. This gentleman has had cards from June 25. He got his card in June 25, I believe. And what he did was he stopped the trading going on in his banking app, and he sent the profit to the card. He went top up and sent the money onto the card. And then he was sent down to the local grocery store to grab some milk, and here's how he got on.
Here we go then, second official transaction.
No, it's purple and white. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you, Mina.
There you go. Imagine using cryptocurrency in shops around the world. It's also been tested and tried at the ATM machines, which is phenomenal as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my overview. As I said, it's just my own opinions, my own due diligence. You're highly recommended to go and do your own, of course. And with that said, please do get back to the person that shared this information with you. Get your very, very valid questions answered. And I hope the decision you come to is the right decision for you and your family. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
I get a lot of words out. We probably didn't start that to about 10 past. We've done that in less than 30 minutes. There we go. That's a good full overview for anybody. Of course, what I'd like to do now is, for those of you who'd like to stay on, we do also have an affiliate program that we'd like to share with you. So without further ado, for those of you who'd like to stay on, there's no obligation to be involved with the affiliate program. I would also just like to say, for those of you that are keen on going to the launch event, because the official Red Tape launch is in the 17th of January 2026. The event will be held in Dubai. The company have offices in Hong Kong and Dubai. I believe they're opening offices in the Philippines as well, and you'll see them starting to roll out around the world, different offices. And that's all to do with compliance and regulation, what certain countries and governments decide to do. Right now, it's in a kind of a gray zone because we're not actually taking fiat payments. We don't accept pounds, euro, dollars. When that occurs, then the regulations will come in full force. Right now, it's only crypto payments accepted, and that allows us to perform the way they're performing right now. There's some markets they don't operate in. I'm not sure which those are, but their intentions are to roll it out around the world. They're also operating with one of the biggest law firms in Europe to guide them, to help them with all due diligence, to help them with all, I suppose, regulations required. Very, very big outfit from Germany, and I believe they possibly might be at this event in January. The event will be sensational. It's going to be held at the Palazzo Versace Hotel. Now, some of the members have already qualified for this. They ran a qualifying period where you would get your flights paid for, you'd have your accommodation, your drinks, your meals, the event and activities on day 2 as well covered. That incentive is over, but there's a new one just started today, would you believe it? And for those of you from today, the 17th of December, until the 7th of January, you have an opportunity to attend this event yourself. The qualifying amount is $10,000 of frontline or personal introduction sales into the EXI bot. If you do that, and if you're happy enough to get your own flight or your own accommodation, you don't have to stay at that hotel. You can stay at a less expensive hotel. But if you wanted to be at this event, if you wanted to meet Brian Benson, if you wanted to see the new products, if you wanted to maybe check out the Visa cards and stuff like that, there's a lot of things going on at that event. I believe also they're going to talk about getting involved in real estate in Dubai, tokenized real estate, where you can participate in that as well. There was talks about that, but it's an event. It's the official launch. It's only ever going to happen once, and if you can manage that, you've got a few weeks now to prepare business, to get yourself qualified, to get a ticket to this event. It'll include your meals and they have a gala dinner in the evening and a ticket into this event. So, but some people that qualified before now will have other privileges. Those of you who can do this, at least you get a ticket to come to the event, and you can sort out your own transport, your own flights and accommodation. You only need a couple of nights anyway, a couple of $100, I'm sure. It might not be that expensive to stay in Dubai. It's a very popular place. There's lots of hotels, something there for everyone. With that said, I'll show you the hotel where the event is. A very high luxury 5-star hotel, not typical. If any of you have a yacht, you can park your yacht outside. You don't have to arrive in a car. It's a very grand hotel, very luxurious 5-star, and it's limited numbers. Okay, that's enough. You're seeing no more. Qualifying, you'll see all of it. How's that? Okay, we're going to finish up with the affiliate program for those of you who'd like to learn a little bit about that. Here we go.
Recording in progress.
Well, thank you for joining us on this short presentation. We're going to take the next 5 or 6 minutes to share with you the Aurum affiliate or partnership program. Affiliate programs are very popular today. Many companies are operating them. Certainly Apple has one. I know that for a fact. Binance, the world's leading exchange, it has an affiliate program. I think one of the most successful affiliate programs to date has been the Amazon. Amazon have a very successful affiliate program, but Aurum have decided to go this route as well. They also have an affiliate program. There are 15 ranks in their career system, 15 different ranks. When I first looked at it, I thought it was like a multi-level thing, like 7 levels or 8 levels when I saw this table, but it's absolutely nothing like that. This is a volume-based plan. It's based on volume and structure. You can get paid on every customer and all volume to infinity. So it's a very good plan. Everybody starts as a Nova. Nova means new, and you get paid 3% on a deposit of someone that uses your referral link to get connected with Aurum. Now, you're not selling any financial products. You're not licensed to do that. You're not selling any cards because you don't have any to sell. What you have is you are marketing a subscription-based website. You're pointing people to a website, and those customers themselves engage directly with the company to get the product. So it's not you that's selling them. You're not allowed to. All you're doing is promoting the affiliate the 1999 subscription service. However, when your customer orders a product, you're entitled to some commission. So you get 3% off the deposit to an EXI bot. You could have one customer, you could have 10, you could have 1,000. It doesn't matter. In fact, you don't have to have any. It's optional. What I liked about this is it doesn't cost anything to do this. There's programs out there that they charge you money to do it, but this your referral link comes with your account. When you open your banking app, you get a referral link there, and whether you use it or not, that's your prerogative. You don't have to use it. For those of you that decide to refer customers, these are the customers. You get 3% on all of the deposits. Now, if you'd like more than that, you can actually get 5%. But to do that, you require $7,500 in total team trading in the entire structure. So it's just your customers and their customers and their customers and theirs and theirs and theirs. When the total team trading volume hits 7,500, you get 5% on your own deposits. And if one of your customers decided to bring a customer that you don't even know about, the software will pay you 2% on that customer's deposit to infinity generation. So if you're getting 5% on your own customers and one of your customers got a customer, they get 3, you get the difference because you're qualified for 5% and they're only getting 3, you get the 2% override to infinity generations on every single deposit in your team. Very, very good bonus. Now, this qualifying $7,500, that could be one customer. One customer, you could get your promotion today or tomorrow. Now, it could be lots of customers. It's the total team sales volume. It's quite easy to do, actually. Now, you also, in this example, get your money back because in this example, you put in a $100 personal contribution. But have a look at this. You get your $100 back immediately through a smart contract. You don't have to wait for it. You don't have to ask for it. As soon as the qualification is achieved, instantly this $100 will hit your wallet. It's incredible. And you get another bonus now. This is a different 5%. That 5% is on your customers' deposits. This 5% is every single day. So as your customers receive profits from the trading, you get a 5% equal match to what they get. I'll give you an example. Let's say I was your customer and I earned $100 of profit today. You get 5%, you get $5. If I got $200 of profit, you get $10. So on every customer that you bring and every customer that they bring and they bring total team volume, you're getting 5% on all the profits. And what's also interesting here is, let's say you only put in $100 USDT, but one of your customers put in some Bitcoin to trade on the Zeus spot. They didn't even tell you about that. You will get paid 5% in Bitcoin. Let's say another customer somewhere in the network put in Ethereum to trade. You get paid every day in Ethereum. So you can actually build a portfolio of coins that you don't even have in the system yourself. Really, really good bonus. Now, of course, for those of you that want 7%, well, all you need to do is bring some more volume. You can see here that $25,000 in total team trading volume would create you as a Vanguard. You now get 7% on your own customer deposits. You'll get 4% to infinity on the new customers because the person that brings the customer is getting 3. Because you're qualified at 7, you get the difference between 7 and 3. So you're getting 4% on all of the customers the whole way to infinity. You now get a $500 instant cash bonus, and your daily matching bonuses increases to 7.5% on all the daily profits. And if you've understood those first 3 ranks, you've understood 90% of our compensation plan. We cover it more in training. We go into it in more depth to teach you how it operates. Basically, it's based on volume and a little bit of structure. By helping others achieve what they need to achieve, you can achieve what you need to achieve. So it's a little bit of volume, a little bit of structure. For instance, if you bring $62,500 of business in your entire network, you move up to 9%, you get a $1,000 bonus and a 10% daily matching bonus. And as you can see, as you progress, you get better cash bonuses, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Now, here at the Oracle level, this is very, very interesting because once you hit this rank, the company now include you in a let's call it a dividend or a shareholding bonus, they call it. You now get paid on the entire revenue generated by all of the customers in the world, not just your little customer base. So once you hit that Oracle rank, and bearing in mind, let's call it at the end of 2025, there was over $60 million trading in that bot. The profit that generates, 3.175% of all of that profit every day is reserved for those that hit Oracle and above. And every 3 months you get this handshake, this thank you bonus, this great reward based on all of the customers, everybody's customers, not just your own. That's quite nice as well. Of course, I said there were 15 ranks. On the screen, we can only see 7. So if we turn the page, it gets even more exciting. The elite rank achieves a $20,000 bonus. The magnet rank gets a $50,000 bonus. And I can see one of the gentlemen on this call did that in 4 months. He reached that magnet level in 4 months. And I believe he hit the mythos level in 6 months. He got a $100,000 bonus. And you can see here, even at legend, you get 150. But if you want to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, you may have heard on an earlier presentation when they talked about the company and the products. Over there, we heard Brian Benson talk about he wanted to find or generate 1,000 millionaires. I've no doubt that if you make your way all the way to Dominion, whether it took you 1 year, 2 years, or 3, you would be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, because not only would you have had that 500,000 cash bonus, prior to that, you'd have received 150 plus 100 plus 50 plus 20. That's $820,000. Never mind what I showed you on the first page. Never mind your direct sales bonuses every week. Never mind your matching bonuses every day. Never mind the shareholder bonus. You're a millionaire. No doubt about it. Now, don't be misled that high earnings are easily achieved. It takes work. It takes skill. It takes time. But what I believe is everybody here is equal. Brian Benson is the same Brian Benson for you as it is for somebody that's going to reach Dominion. The products that person uses are the exact same products that are offered to you. So it's the same company and the same products. This compensation plan is the same for that person who reaches Dominion as it is for you. It's not a different compensation plan for them. And the 24 hours that God gave you is the same 24 hours that God gave them. So everything's equal. The company, the products, the compensation plan, and the time. It's what you do with your time. It's how you employ your skills and efforts to develop your business. And everybody's equal here. So I wish you all the success you deserve. I hope you make a decision that's right for you and your family. And with that, I hope you find value in tonight's presentation. I hope you have a little inkling about how our compensation plan works. By all means, do attend a training to get into this in more depth if you wish. But the good news is you don't have to understand it to benefit. You don't have to understand it to benefit. You can earn while you learn, okay? Some people say, well, I don't really understand this. Well, that's fine. Do you understand how to drive a car? Do you understand that your car takes you from A to B, from the house to the shop? But you may not understand the mechanics of the engine. How does the fuel get from the tank into the engine? And how does all that work? You don't know, but it gets you from A to B. Every one of us hit a light switch when we go into a dark room and it brightens up. Do we really know where does that light come from? It wasn't there. We press a button, bang, we've got light. And when we leave the room and turn it off, it goes black, it goes dark. How does that work? We benefit, but we don't understand it. Same here. You don't have to understand this to start making money. You will understand it. If you get a $100 bonus, you get, why did I get a $100 bonus? Well, there's why. Because you reached Voyager, you did 7,500. Well, how come I started getting paid Bitcoin? Because you got a promotion, you get 5% in Bitcoin. Well, why did I get 5? You will understand it as you do it. You don't need to understand it to benefit. So with that said, I wish you every success. Please, again, do get back to the person that shared this link with you, get your valid questions answered. And of course, I hope you make the right decision. Thank you and have a great rest of your evening. Goodbye.
Recording stopped.
There we go, guys. All wrapped up. I'm done. Have a great rest of your evening. I have another Zoom starting in 6 minutes. That's where I have to go. Talk soon. Ciao. Bye-bye. Thanks for the nice messages and the hearts and all of that nice stuff. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.